What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we're going to do a little Dominaria Remastered. We're going to do a draft booster box opening. Before we dive into things today, I wanted to say that we're somehow approaching, our little YouTube channel is somehow approaching 1,500 subscribers. We're coming up really close on it, and I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you. Thank you to everybody out there that is continuing to watch and is subscribed and is commenting and liking the videos. All of that stuff, it actually does make a difference, and I see that my videos are getting a little bit more reach, a little bit more traction, and our little YouTube channel is growing. It's crazy. So as we approach that 1,500 mark, again, I just wanted to say from me to you, thank you everybody out there. Let's talk a little bit about DMR. So DMR, the draft booster boxes, they have taken a beating. We're going to talk about that a little bit more as we open this up. We're going to talk about the value, and I just want to give some of my thoughts on the set itself. So anyways, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and dive on in, and let's crack some packs. So as of the filming of this video, the DMR draft boxes, which were debuted at over $200 a box, right? I want to say like they were right around $200 a box for the draft boxes. Not talking about the collector boxes. I think the draft boxes were like, what, 180 to 200, somewhere in that region? As of the filming of this video, they are down to about $109, $110 a box, which is absolutely wild to me. And I will say that from an opening experience standpoint, the collector boxes, they are the superior product. They are a really, really good opening. There's a reason they've also held up better than the draft boxes. But I'm curious now, I mean, coming in at now $109 for a draft booster box, is the value there? The singles are way down. And let's call it what it is, that the draft boxes were, in my opinion, way overprinted. Like at this point, as much as I know this product has been open, and it was a really popular product when it debuted, there are still hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boxes out there on TCG for really reasonable prices, and I just believe it's because they're not in short supply. All right, Recoil, Caldera. First rare is going, oh, hey, nice. Borderless Mystical Tutor, very good. You know, and again, for me, like Vamp Tutors, Force of Wills, Urza's Incubator, Sylvan Libraries, the whole cycle of tutors, there is still a lot of really, really good stuff. And people are kind of down on the fact that the singles prices have all plummeted, but in a way, isn't that kind of a good thing? All right, Mystical Tutor, I'm going to say Mystical Tutor, Borderless Mystical Tutor is probably like around the $7 or $8 mark. So that's a pretty decent start for us. Not bad. Invigorating Boon in the retro frame after that. There's a lot of talking for one pack. I'll speed it up. We got a whole box to talk about, right? But, you know, I'm kind of curious. At $109 a box, how is the EV looking now? Can we get there? Can we get there now when the EV is substantially, when the box price is substantially lower? All right, Fire Blast, good uncommon. Thran Golem. High Tide, also a really good quality uncommon. And hey, nice, Hinterland Harbor. So this is a retro frame. You're going to get a few of these per box. Maybe like, I'm going to guess like 5 or 6 retro frame rare and or mythics. These are probably right, like the check lands are probably right around $3 to $4, I think. Not bad. And then White Mane Lion after that. Retro Swamp after that. And our token. So one of the drawbacks is like, other than the fact that, other than packs that have like a foil, rare, or mythic in it, there's no like double. You can't get like a retro frame and a regular rare. So there's only going to be one rare mythic per pack regardless. Unless there's the foil in there. Drown News Crusade. Dragon Whelp. Another Catacombs this time. Rare is a Siege Gang Commander. This card was so good back in the day, back when damage used the stack. That's aging myself. Terror after that. Nice. Good old retro frame Terror. And a Mystic Zealot common after that. So common, foil common at that. All right, cool. So we'll put our retro frames here. There we go. Yeah, and in the case where we had a retro frame in the rare slot, so there was a White Mane Line, so there was no retro frame in that pack. So you're only getting one of those. The big hits, as I kind of mentioned, I mean, Force of Wills still at the top, but it's weird to see Force of Wills. They're sub $50. They're like $48 right now. But, I mean, at $110 a box, if you're lucky enough to pull a Force of Will, and they are tough to pull, they're mythical, still, that's almost half of your box price right there, right? Trevor's Ruins after that. Floodgate, yeah. Hey, time stretch. So our first mythic, and the mythic count is kind of all over the map. I've seen boxes that have like 3 or 4 mythics, and then I've seen boxes that are rumored to have like 8 or 9 in them. I think the average is probably somewhere around 5-ish, 5 or 6. Time stretch is like, I think, like a $3 card, but still a really playable mythic. So not bad. Gem Palm Incinerator in the retro frame after that. Little island action, and our token. So we have hit our first mythic. These boxes are pretty well known. Dominaria Remastered in general, both collector and draft boxes, excuse me, are known for their duplication. It is not a matter, it is pretty much proven at this point, it is not a matter of if duplication, it's a matter of what duplication. If that duplication is going to come in the form of mystical tutors, totally fine with that. Terravore. Zombie Infestation. And a Zur the Enchanter, that is another retro frame rare. Zur used to be a really, really popular card, and he actually had some value at one point. Not really the case anymore. As far as playability, there's a lot of good playable rares and commons and uncommons. I mean, Flashed Counterspell at common. There's Nature's Lore in the set. Got a reprint of Elvish Spirit Guide. We've seen High Tide. So there's a lot of good playables, even if they're not necessarily carrying Goblin Matron. Like, even if they're not necessarily carrying a lot of value right now, it's still a good opening experience if you're also looking for playable cards. Flame Tongue Kavu, Crop Rotation, solid uncommon. Dodecapod. Oh, nice. Hey, Borderless Lyra Dawnbringer. The Lyras, because of the Angel deck that recently came out, the Lyras have gone up in value, and I think the Borderless one particularly has gone up to like, I think approaching like $11, $12. So this is actually a really good hit now. That's not bad at all. We will absolutely take that. Borderless Lyra Dawnbringer. After that, a little lull and a Dread Return. Now a common, thanks to Commander Masters. All right, plugging right along. Do I think you have to hit a Force of Will in order to have a successful box opening? I do not. You know, obviously, yes, that takes a lot of pressure off when you have a $50 card come out of your box and your box price is only $110. But I don't think it's Force of Will or bust. There's still Vamp Tutor. There's still Urza's Incubator's still like a $25, $26 card. Sylvan Library's a back above 20. It dipped down below that for a minute. Ooh, Clip Dropper Tree. Okay, cool. I don't always love these in my collector packs, but getting good playable, especially commander lands in your draft box, that doesn't feel bad. Probably only $1 or $2, but still, it's solid. And a retro frame counterspell after that, quite nice. The lands also in this set, the retro frame lands are also really sharp. Like, I feel like good for draft kits. Really favorable. But yeah, and then you've got the tutor cycle, right? You've got the Enlightened Tutor, you've got Mystical Tutor, you've got coloring on that, Worldly Tutor. So there is a bunch of good stuff. Improvised Armor, Circular Logic, Arcanus the Omnipotent. Man, I can't even talk today. Arcanus. After that, Undead Gladiator as a retro frame uncommon. Nice. And a foil common Symbiotic Beast. All right, so if there is such value, then why did the boxes drop? Well, I think the boxes have, let's not even say dropped, let's say tanked, because that's, when you've lost 50% of your value, that's a fair assessment at this point. I said this earlier, I think the draft box supply is insane. I didn't realize it when the set first came out, but just as I keep checking on it, like there are still hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boxes out there, no shortage of supply. Jester's Cap, little retro frame Jester's Cap. Man, this card was a card back in the day. Original Ice Age Jester's Caps used to be like $30 when this card first came out. Power crept out, but still a fun pull. Obsessive Search after that. And sure. What do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. So we're already at 3 retro frame rares. We're still in the first third of the box. Couldn't remember. I think there's I want to say there's 5 or 6 per box. It could be slightly more than that, though. Call of the Herd, good uncommon. Milliken, excuse me. Nantuko Monastery. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Worldly Tutor, still a good pull. Obviously, all the tutors are down in price, but I think Worldly Tutor's still holding at around $10. And again, for a nice little box opening, now I think at $110, fairly low risk. That's the price of a standard draft box. I think a Wilds of Eldraine draft box is $110. So I mean, samesies, except for I can get tutors and stuff. Not that I don't love Wilds of Eldraine, but I'm just kind of saying, like, there's some... I think the price is right. Spirit Link after that. Island Elefante token. There is a little bit of a glut, like, down at the bottom. Once you start getting to, like, the $4 to $5 cards, like, there's, you know, there's a bunch of $20 cards, which is great. There's only a couple of, like, $10, $15 cards, and then there's a bunch of like $5 to $10 cards, and it drops off pretty quick after that. You know, that's kind of the issue. Hey, Swords of Plowshares, that's nice. That's a good uncommon. Always a good uncommon. Little swords. Arcades Sabbath after that. If this were a battle, that'd be great. Not so much otherwise. It's a weird inclusion into this set, but sure, why not? And a Tatiova in the retro frame after that. That is beautiful. And if, oh, you know what? As far as foil rares are concerned, it's not going to carry a lot of value, but I'll take a Gemstone Mine. That's still a really playable card. Again, dirt cheap now after the reprint, and still really, really solid playable. Beautiful foil Gemstone Mine. 100% will take that. Again, probably only $1 or $2, but last pack of the first column of the box, we've got ourselves a Borderless Lyra, a Time Stretch, 2 tutors already, a couple of check lands. Not a bad first third of the box. Okay, here we go. Damping Sphere. Faceless Butcher. Little Life and Death. Good card. Rare is a Royal Assassin. Back in the day. Used to be so played. Very nice. Royal Assassin. I'm the Juggernaut as a retro frame uncommon. And Plains after that. Alright, pretty decent first third of the box. All things being said. Okay, let's dive into column number 2. It's been tough. Like, admittedly, it's a set I really, really like, so it's been kind of tough watching from a distance and watching the box prices go down, 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 down. I still have a pretty, like, decent little stash of the collector boxes, which I'm sitting on. Rare is a Shivan Dragon. At this point, Shivan should just probably be an uncommon, right? Like, I understand the inclusion as it's a rare, and it is an all-timer as far as cards are concerned, but, like, power level-wise, let's just call it what it is. It's an uncommon at this point, right? Sarah Angel's an uncommon. All right, Dralnu's Crusade as a retro frame, uncommon. But that doesn't mean I don't like the product, and I think it's always relative to the price. But if you're telling me there's a box for $110 where I can get Force of Wills, Vamp Tutors, Sylvan Libraries, Urza's Incubators, and the full complement of all the tutors, it's not a bad deal. Mishra's Factory. A little Lotus Blossom action, excellent. Yeah, again, probably not going to be a value card, but it's a card I always want to flirt with and play with a little bit more in Commander. Maybe I'll actually slide this in a deck at some point. Borderless Lotus Blossom, not going to be a hit, but we're going to throw it up top. I like it. The Seer after that, Forest, and Goblin. All right, so far there hasn't been duplication. So I kind of feel like we're spinning some sort of wheel here, like where it's like, okay, I've got a bunch of singles so far. What of the cards I have up top, what are we going to see duplication of? Aven Fate Shaper, Deadwood Treefolk. Oh, well, there we go. It was Royal Assassin. It wasn't even a card up top. It is a retro frame Royal Assassin. Sure, why not? And after that, a Goblin Turncoat. Howl from Beyond is a foil common and a forest and token. I guess that answered that pretty quick. As far as cards I would like to pull, so I'm obviously all about the tutors. One of my reasons for opening it was continuing to add to my tutor stash because I always have decks that want more tutors. But like for all of this I've opened, I actually only have a couple of explorations. They seem really tough to pull for being at the rare level. So I wouldn't mind pulling one or more of those. Confiscate, Stand and Deliver. Another it's not even a different border. That's just another Arcanus. All right. Well, there's the duplication. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame in the retro frame. Kind of rhymed, didn't it? All right. So I wouldn't mind seeing an exploration. I definitely need some more copies of that. All right, here we go. Oop. Oh, I had a token in the wrong pile. There we go. All right, Order and Chaos, Spectral Links, Spite and Malice. Myth, yeah, all right, there we go. So I was like, Lyra might be that duplication. You know what? Not bad. Again, you can certainly do worse. Caught some popularity after the Angel deck was Secret Lair deck or whatever it was called. I think the regular copy is about $6, so you know, not a miss. We'll take it. Ornithopter in the retro frame after that. All right, about halfway through the opening, we are on 3 mythics. None of the mythics have been like train wreck mythics. Even Time Stretch, not going to be a valuable card. Probably only a couple of bucks, $2-3. But, you know, not what I'll call like a straight up swing and miss mythic. There are certainly worse. And a couple Lyras to go with that. All right, here we go. Invigorating Boon, Lightning Rift, Nature's Lure, very good uncommon. Very, very solid. I think the retro frame foils of this are like $6-7. So that's a thing. Wrath of God. Okay, cool. Little retro frame Wrath of God. Nice. Probably right around the $3 mark. I'm not sure if it's going to quite be there. I'm going to throw it up top anyway, just because I love the retro frame, but it's going to be close. Javelineers after that. Little Island and a little token. Okay. Middle column hasn't been as generous as the first column, has it? But we got some ball game left. All right, here we go. Dedapult, Rada, Flesh Reba. Rare is a Pyre Zombie. Chain Lightning retro frame. That's not bad. And a, hey, you know what? Foil retro frame Icy Manipulator. That's actually a pretty cool uncommon foil. Oh man, Icy. Back in the day, Icy was a card of cards. And, you know, we've pulled a couple of Royal Assassins, so I feel it's fair to point out that back in the day, a combo would have been tap your creature with Icy and destroy it with good old Royal Assassin. Doesn't quite hold up in 2023, but that was a real combo back in the day. All right, Dread Return, Dragon Blood, Chainer's Edict. Nice, borderless Chainer's Edict. I almost forgot that there's a few of these in here. Street Wraith, I think, is another one. High Tide, I think, is another one. That's a quality uncommon. Rare is another Arcady Sabbath. Yeah, I did warn about the duplication. Usually they're in different borders, and you're just getting like different treatments of the same card. This time we're just getting straight up double Arcady Sabbath and Arcanus as far as our duplication is concerned. Like, it's the same border. That's a thing. Oh, grab 2 packs. All right, here we go. Got ourselves a Voice of All, Gerard's Verdict, kind of a decent card also. Wall O Junk. Rare is another Jester's Cap. All right, so here it is. It just took us a while to get there. Normally you see it pop up a little earlier in the box. You see it pretty early, but there's our Jester's Cap. We had another one up there that was in the retro frame, so that's a regular frame. And an Oven Eyes after that in the retro, and a Peregrine Drake foil after that. I'm going to move some stuff over because I'm going to otherwise end up knocking over some piles. All right, we got like 3 packs left in this middle column. Definitely stumbled in this middle column. Haven't hit nearly as many good things for our strong start. Okay, here we go. Wouldn't mind also seeing Birds of Paradise. That's a good one. That's a really good rare. We're not asking for like necessarily the best stuff here. All right, nice. I will take myself an Elvish Spirit Guide. I am a fan. I thought it was a great reprint. It's not even like that valuable, but I just think it was a needed reprint. Hey, there we go. Nice. Retro Frame Yogg. That is a quality mythic. I think Yogg at this point, because of the multi-reprints, you know, I think it's like $12-13 because it was in TSR. It obviously came from Modern Horizons 1, and that was in Dominaria Remastered. I want to say it's like $12-13, but obviously a really played card, very good card. It is a modern deck in it, you know, Yawgmoth, the deck in modern, so it does see a bunch of play. That's a quality pull, though. We'll take that. Drake after that. And, all right. Middle column decided to pitch in, decided to contribute. All right, here we go. Sawtooth, Undead Gladiator, Gamekeeper, pretty good uncommon. Rare is a Chainer, Dementia Master. Not a lot of value there, but it's a pretty good card. It has a home. Savannah Lions, good old Savannah Lions in the retro frame after that. And last pack of the first column. Come on, Tutors. Started so strong. Although I'm not going to complain when one of them was when we just got a Yawgmoth. Necrosavant, Griffin Guide, Illusion and Reality. Rare is a Mystic Remora. There we go. That's a quality rare also. I think Mystic Remora, again, it's not like a world beater. This card's probably only a few bucks. But You know, I would say it's probably like maybe $5 would be my guess. But that is also a very good card. Pretty good reprint as well. Impulse after that in the retro frame. And, ooh, what do we have here? Mind Slicer. Okay. It is a foil rare. It is a foil retro frame rare Mind Slicer. Honestly, this card had some value at one point too. It doesn't really carry the same value that it once did, but as far as rare pulls are concerned, or foils are concerned, you can certainly do worse. All right. Not a bad ending to the middle column. The middle column was like, hey, it's not all a bust here. Pretty strong ending. All right, last pack of the box. In fact, just do this real quick. Okay. And again, at this point, you know, if this box was still $150 or $180 a box, this would be feeling pretty bad right about now. $110 a box? Not so much. All right, here we go. Caldera, Slice and Dice. Terravore. Rare is a Vexing Sphinx. That is definitely not the business. Stop that. Little Icy Manipulator action after that. Mountain and Elephant. I don't know how many more Mythics we are live for. It feels like we might still be live for 1 or 2. Again, it feels like the average, I think, it felt like was like around 5 or 6 for the draft boxes. So we could still have some juice left. Dodecapod. Flame Tongue Kavu. Another crop rotation. Pretty good. Windborn Muse. In the retro frame. A good card. Not a valuable card, but a good card nonetheless. And that is a retro frame rare. Nightscape Familiar. Lemure in the foil common after that. All right. Where we need some help is probably from the rare spot, right? Whether it's like a few more tutors, Birds of Paradise, Exploration. I feel like Exploration would just make the box for me at this point. Here we go. Spirit Monger. Pretty good card, especially in limited for this set. Basically unkillable. Chainer's Edict. Lotus Bloom. So we got another Lotus Blossom. All right. Not bad. Duress in the retro frame. Pretty good. Haven't seen a foil land. The foil lands, the foil retro frame lands are still like $1 or $2 depending on which one. I'm not going to really count it into the EV, but it's not a non-factor either. Ornithopter, Floodgate, Fire and Ice, Improvised Armor. Hey, Helm of Awakening. So we got another borderless rare. That's kind of cool. It's Helm of Awakening. It's not a huge hit, but it's a decent pull. Does see some play. Little commander action. Recoil after that. Swamp and Squirrel Token. All right. Definitely not killing it with this box. Like, let's call it what it is. But I also don't think we're getting killed. And if we can pull any value at the end of this thing, I actually think this is going to end up being a pretty decent opening for us. Swords to Plowshares. There's another borderless. There's that Street Wraith. Crazy looking. Really love the art on that. All right, well, now we got a box. Now we got ourselves a box. All right. Force of Will. There we go. It's about $48, $49, and that's a hit. Not bad at all. And you know what's awesome is prior to DMR, I had like no Force of Wills, so I love it. I'm about this. This is awesome. I will definitely take that. Huge hit for us. Force of Will. By the way, sub $50 Force of Will. Whee! Wild Growth. Foil retro frames are like $2 or $3. Oh, and a foil Worldly Tutor? Okay. All right, we got ourselves a pack. All right, that's not bad. I want to say I don't think the foils are carrying too much of like a premium. You know, it's still probably like a $10 card, but it doesn't matter because I will definitely take another Worldly Tutor. That is awesome. That is how we get a box. Well, that turned around real quick, didn't it? $50 Force of Will plus a $10 Worldly Tutor in one pack. It's almost half the value of the box. Pretty good. Actually, I guess it is, huh? It is half the value. Yeah, all right. Milliken, another Call of the Herd. Circular Logic. Absorb. The Street Wraith. Street Wraiths used to be like $3 cards as uncommons. No longer the case. They've had a few reprints now. right, looks like we got about 6 packs left here. Wrap this thing up here. We're going to go ahead and just call this box successful. Force of Will does generally equal that. Caretaker. Hey, and a retro frame Mystic Remora to go with it. Nice. Nice. Probably not carrying too much of a premium. I'm going to still say around the $6 region. But that is a really good hit for us, so we'll take that. I'm not upset about it. I'll say it that way. All right, momentary blink after that. Little forest action. Also, I really enjoy how easy these packs are to open. Sometimes I feel like packs are just insane to open. Natuka Monastery, Damping Sphere, pretty good uncommon actually. Faceless Butcher. Rare is a Body Snatcher. Thran Golem in the retro frame. But these are actually really easy to crack into, and I appreciate that. Okay. Phyrexian Skuta. Another Tatiova. She's solid. Squirrel Nest. Solid uncommon. Rare is a Maze of Ith. Actually, a pretty decent rare land as well. I think Maze is probably like just over $3. Man, remember how expensive these would have been at one point, any version of it. But that's probably like a $3 card. Pretty affordable. Frantic Search in the retro frame. Nomad Decoy as a foil common. Cool. Island and Squirrel. All right, we have 3 packs left. We are on 5 mythics. Although at this point, I don't, pretty much regardless, especially since like, if Time Stretch is the worst of our mythics, I can't even say anything. Like, 5 mythics, if Time Stretch is the worst of our mythics, we're doing great. Life and Death. Turnabout. In fact, fair play? Question mark. Icy Manipulator. Rare is a Forgotten Ancient. Mind Stone as the retro frame. Common. Nice. Island and Elephant Token. 2 packs left. All right. Congregate. Wax and Wane. A lot of split cards in this set. I almost forgot about that. Mystic Enforcer. Spinal Embrace. We did get another retro frame rare. It is not a particularly good one, but that's okay. Goblin Medics, Mountain, and Insect Token. All right, last pack. Any other juice left in this box? All right, we got Solar Blast, Night and Day, Dark Withering, Rith's Grove. And rare is going to be a Divine Sacrament. All right. Mog War Marshal. Improvised Armor is a foil common after that, and that is going to do it for us. So overall, as far as like just this particular box, yeah, this is like an easy one for us. $48 Force of Will. I'm going to say $5 Lyra, $3 Time Stretch, probably like a $12 Yogg, another $11, $12 Lyra, like winning. We're already there. A couple of check lands, one in the retro frame. Actually, what's crazy is we only got one that's regular. So if we hadn't gotten the retro frame, it was a 1 land box, which is interesting. And then we hit the rares. I still didn't find another exploration, but, all things considered, double Mystic Remora, double Worldly 2, one of them being foil, and a borderless Mystical Tutor, and then just some other solid playables back here. Probably a different box if there's not a Force of Will. Like, if that's a bulk mythic, then this thing still, it looks medium. It doesn't look great. Now it looks great. So anyways, DMR, I think is a really, really good set. I think the limited experience is fun. I love the product. I think the draft boxes got nuked because of the supply out there. Collector boxes, different story. I don't think that those are as prevalent. But you know what? Again, if these are down to $110 a box now and you're just looking for a fun opening experience that's kind of low risk and has some good upside, I give you Dominaria Remastered. That is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit that like button for me by all means. Drop me some comments, and on our way to 1,500. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and be well.